Hey, what is up everybody? Alfie here doing my top 10 favourite Splatoon 2 weapons. Yes, this is an old trend. Alfie, why aren't you showing gameplay? Well, that's a little something called a capture card, which I don't have. Also, the fact that my Nintendo Switch screen is broken and overheats every 2 seconds. So, we're just going to be using pictures and images, which are the same thing, and videos to show you gameplay. I might not use videos, I have no idea. It's just to sort of make it and figure out as we go. So, yeah. Now this is based off of my opinion. I am not saying that these are the best guns. I'm just saying they're good when I'm using them. At least from my perspective. Number 10. The heavy splatling is my top 10 favourite Splatoon 2 weapon. Now let's focus on these little dudes and dudettes. Right, so the sprinkler, so I've been researching, as in watching, other people make these videos, and I've sort of seen how most of them seem to love this weapon. I've just been dwindling around looking at people, and sorry about the constant squeaking. I own Spatoon 2. I own 2 copies of the game. One of them I've lost and one of them is in my Nintendo Switch. So I've got the box next to me. It has Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle in it. I mix up every game in my box. Doesn't matter though. So the sprinkler, I see that most YouTubers don't like this, but this is one of those. It's good for the first 3 seconds, but after that is pointless. So yeah, it takes up a lot of ink, which I can see why, and loses power. At the beginning, it's spraying ink like a fire hydrant. But then it starts to get slower and the ink spray isn't doing as much damage. So yeah. So it is not a great sub. Now let's talk about its special. The Stingray, in my opinion, is not very good. What I think would be better is if it located all of the targets so you knew who you were aiming at. But if there isn't an enemy in front of you, it's almost like you gave someone a nuke, but you blindfolded them, but they were already blind, and they hit the launch button, and it completely misses. That's what it's compared to. It is not a good special if you were wanting to get kills. Coverage, it's not that good. It's kind of like one of those pressure washers, you know, where like once it hits something it's really wet, but yeah. It's kind of like that. Like, it doesn't drop it all. It's sort of a crap show. But let's talk about the actual weapon. The actual weapon, in my eyes, is not a very good weapon for if you want to preserve ink so then you can throw down bombs and that. I think the best thing to do is if you're running low on ink, you just fire off your special. You waste it, pretty much. Like, also the slow turning. It's almost as if you gave a turtle a shotgun and there's a crab with a pistol right behind it and it has to turn around at the right time. Hint and update. it did not turn around at the right time. You either hit the person that's in front of you, or you're right in your will before you get splattered. So that is why it's my 10th favourite Splatoon 2 weapon. Next, number 9 is the blaster, just regular old thing. It's good for its purpose. It does acceptable amount of damage. The sub isn't too great to my knowledge, and the special I like, but I'm not in love with this weapon. There's not really much I need to add. It's pretty much like a rocket launcher, but on sleeping pills. Next one. Next up, we have the plain old Splat-Julies. Wrong. Plain does not describe these. You have a great special. It's really good for when you're in a tough amount of space. You're covered and surrounded. Not a lot of people are around you, as in teammates. They're all focused on splatting around, and then you fire off your special at just the right time and wipe out everyone and refill your ink. That is the best feeling. But the sub is my favourite of all of them. It follows your enemies. Picture this, a drone that kills your target if they're close enough to it. If not, if no one's in range, or if you have no idea that someone's there and they're camping out in your ring, and you just throw down one of these bad boys, then you have potentially enabled aimbot and then forever know if it hasn't exploded. If it hasn't exploded, then you just keep following that, and then you keep shooting ahead. You will wreck with that if you know how to use it. I don't think we need to know about game over in Paper Mario games. Okay, so the fire rate is pretty good. The damage is just below average, but the range is the worst part. But the dodge roll makes up for it. The dodge roll, for those of you that don't know, allows your Inkling to do a big roll ahead of them. As in, like, roll forward, backward, left, or right. Leaves a tiny bit of ink, but is also a great way. If you have an enemy that has a charger in front of you and they've locked on you and you can't reach them, you shoot yourself, your Splat-Julies, you're missing them, you dodge roll forward, and then you absolutely wreck them. Sorry about the constant squeaking and noises in the background. I am very unprofessional. What is there more to add? Some of the best Julies in my opinion. Great weapon. Very balanced and is overall a masterpiece in the gaming industry. At the number 6 spot is the Custom Jet Squelcher. I'm pretty sure we're on either number 6 or we're on number 7. Either way, this weapon's fire rate isn't as good as the Splat-Julies, but has the range advantage. If you're against someone with Dark Terror Julies and isn't dodge rolling, you are going to kill them with this. The sub isn't too great, and the special I like it a lot. This gun is very balanced, as I've said for most of these guns. Yeah. There's not really more I need to add about this. Besides, good range. Meh. It's a meh gun. I wouldn't use it on a regular basis. Kind of when I want to switch things up a bit. Next is the upgrade of the Jet Squelcher. There's Julie Squelchers. But these are the custom Julie Squelchers. You can't go wrong with Julies which have good range. A very good fire rate, but not too great damage. But the fire rate makes up for it. I have dominated with these before, but can't really say that I use these that often. But taking the number 5 spot is the Kensa Jet Squelcher Pro. What am I talking about? It's the Kensa Splattershot Pro. I'm really losing it today. Anyway, yeah. It's got good range, good fire rate. The special, I'm not too happy with. But then again, I barely keep track of these. Since this isn't a gun that I would use on a regular basis, as always. It's just a gun that I would use ever so often if I don't want to use the gun that I'm already using. But the number 4 spot is the Dynamo Roller, which I will also tie with the Carbon Reaper. These two have different stats, but the sub and special will compare to each other very easily. No, Alfie, we don't want to do that. There we go. But yeah, this gun is phenomenal. You can't really go wrong with most of the rollers. You know, rollers in general are good guns. They're one shot if they crush you. They're a couple shots if you're not as a squid. And they're only a few shots if you're just throwing the ink forward. But if you jump and throw your ink forward, then you've pretty much won your battle. Unless they are good at mobility. I feel very weird with putting the first gun in the game at the number 3 spot. But this gun is great. I actually use this a lot. When I'm playing Turf Wars, ranked battles, league battles, it doesn't matter what I'm playing. As long as I have this in my hands, we're not on Fortnite today, Llama Sir. We're on Spatoon 2. Fuck. Anyways, yeah. I don't really like the special. It just lets you take one extra hit, but sometimes that one hit is crucial. Now, none of these top 3 are going to involve Splatoon 2 Octo expansion or the single player campaign. These are all Sheldon Bolt weapons. Some of them are being Salmon Run. Yes, I will say that, but none of them are exclusive. I keep dropping things. Anyways, what I think would be great is if there was a Hero Splattershot Junior. That would make up the campaign. But this could always be interchanged with the number 1 spot, which will be revealed later. Number 2, this is my second favourite gun in the game. You can't go wrong with these bubbles of death. This may look like a very stupid item. You may look at this. Can you shut up, please, birds? This may look like a sink. Oh my god, what? Sink slosher. No, this is the blobber. It throws 4 bubbles, and if you're staying still and all of these bubbles are in your way, well, you might as well hop in the grave before your death gets even more painful, because if you shoot it right, you may have just killed someone with 1 tap of ZR. You are not a pro gamer unless you've ever used this weapon in Splatoon 2. Nah, I'm just kidding. Some of you might not have Splatoon 2, but that's okay. But the special is my favourite special, which isn't really saying that if it didn't have the same special, I would put it at like number 1 or something. No. All I'm saying is this is a great weapon. Like, it's very OP, but not to a broken extent. If you're a level 1 or just haven't unlocked the blob lobby yet, well then consider yourself dead. If someone else is in the same lobby as you and they have a blob lobber, get ready to be splattered by them 1 billion times. But the number 1 spot goes to the Custom Splatter Shot Junior. The special, the fire rate. There is so much to talk about with this. The fire rate is incredibly high. And this gun is a masterpiece of Splatoon history. Like, the special drips little drops of rain of your coloured ink around. It's not that good for killing enemies. If they're camping in ink, they're obviously going to swim away. But if they're stuck in your ink, then they're probably going to die. But the best part about the special is the endurance of it. It lasts for a long time and moves around. Yes, the damage is low, but hey, I've honestly never used the rain, the ink storm, and gotten a kill purposefully. Like, most of the time they were very low and they were just trying to camp out and wait till their health regenerated and then jump back into the fight. But no. But the special is part of the reason why I love it. But the sub alone makes an entire world of difference. Like, if your sub doesn't get a great hit, it does make them a one-shot. You just pull out this bad boy and then say hello to my little friend, and then you spray them with your ink. The damage is low, but the fire rate obviously makes up for it. The range isn't too great, but then again, the special and the sub are great ways to get long distance shots. Now, obviously, this doesn't compare to a Splat Dually, but my problem with the Dualies is the button layout. Why did they have to map the button to be the jump button? A is barely used, so why not make it A? Shush, Daz, and everyone else that's given me a notification throughout this video. Anyway, my eyes tear up when I look at this gun. Not because it's ugly, but rather because if my enemy has that and I'm not using it, well, let's just say that squid catastrophe, as in not good, I am dead. That pretty much sums it up. This gun is incredible. I could make a 24-hour video talking about why this gun is the best gun in Splatoon 2. But these are my opinions. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, but hey, lockdown's got us in all kinds of different. Who knows? Maybe all of our cars will go missing, and the next thing we look up, and our cars are on our roof, and they've got arms and legs. Who knows? But yeah. Have a great day, everyone. You're all awesome. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. If you did, then please do consider subscribing. And yeah, we are 48 subscribers. We have lost some subscribers since we were last seen. We are on 48 subscribers, and it would be very helpful if we got to 50 again, and maybe even went over it. But anyways, subscribe if you're new, and you're all awesome. See you later. Stay home, stay safe, and stay gaming. Bye.